Okay, this will be an interesting one. $200 for this. Okay, let's see what we have. We have here Sydney Theatre Company, so theatre flyer with some interesting looking characters on there. So we're going to just put it on the glass like so and make it into a movement piece. Alright, out it comes. It looks shitty, folks. It looks shit house. Interesting but shitty. Not what I was after. Okay, let's try that again. Yeah, that looks more interesting, but it still looks shitty. Wondering, gonna try again. This is a difficult one, folks. Maybe if I put it this way, maybe if I line it up that way. See if this one's turned up a treat. Yeah, that looks a lot better. That's a lot more busy than the other ones we've done. Wondering where the centre of the job is going to be. It's going to be there. Okay, we're going to dispose of that. Going to do something again different. We're going to move this one around. It's a second generational movement, so we're just going to switch that to 100 and going to maybe the contrast, we're going to leave it at that. Maybe we could lighten it further. The contrast will disappear now, so we're going to move this piece around. See how that looks. See if we've got the busy area of the image. Does look a bit shitty. This area up here looks interesting, intriguing. Right, I'm wondering if we're going to use that as our piece to focus on. So we're going to switch over to 400 and we're just going to put this one aside and we're going to take this little section and blow it up big, blow it up huge to make it into something more interesting. So I'm actually thinking maybe 400 might be too big in this case. Maybe not for the vertical but for the horizontal. Yeah, for the vertical, whatever, I'm going to just use my intuition here and try and make it happen. 380 by 390. Let's see how we go. We're going to just set things up a bit better, we might take out this extra lightness. We might add some contrast and see how we go. See if my intuition's paid off. Okay, out it comes. We've only got one of the men in the picture. I was hoping for both of them to be showing together. I think I'm going to have to move it this way a little bit. So I think we're going to move it left, if I'm correct. I think we're going to move it left. Move it left. Let's see how we go. It's very difficult trying to choose an area and accentuate it. It's very difficult trying to get the right positioning and the right enlargement and all the rest of it. So that's still got to be moved further left. At least we know which way to move it, pretty much. Going to move it further left, just a tad, just a fair amount left. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, that looks a lot better. The two men are in the picture nicely. Wondering if we're going to enlarge it more on the vertical to maybe make it more interesting as a mirror image. A better 390, we're nearly at full range, so we're nearly at 400, so it's probably not going to make that fuck a difference. Let's see how that goes. An extra 10%. Let's see if that 10% is enough. Well, the 10% has improved it, but it's probably, there's only so much you can do with that 10%, but then you don't want to enlarge, you don't want to have to move it down too far, because then that's going to be, so it's a bit of a difficult one, folks. Wondering what we're going to do with it, folks. That's a good question. How are we going to make this into a really nice mirror? Or we're just going to keep it without the mirror? We're just going to keep it as a one-shot piece. Wondering, we're just going to try and see with what my intuition is pushing me to do. We're taking that off the glass, and we're going to use this as our master copy. We have to. There's no other way. We're going to make this into a better... I like mirror images. I don't like non-mirrors that much, so we're just going to go for the horizontal 104, and for the vertical's got to be 130. So let's see how that goes using this as our master copy. So we're just going to overlap the edge a little bit. But basically, yeah, I do like mirror images. They really make an image look a lot better, a lot more interesting, in my opinion, I do think. So let's bring that one out and see how that one looks. Yeah, that looks interesting. I do think I should maybe leave it like that. I was thinking the heads could go higher, but my intuition's telling me no for some reason. Don't know why. Why the heads are not going to go up. So we're just going to finish this off as a mirror image. Okay, that's our second piece. So I'm thinking this is going to be the center. So this is our second piece of our special enlargement, our special job that we've made. So that's those two, and now we're just going to print off the two mirrored image pieces. So we definitely need, the idea would be to go to the original size, as I've just done there, and we're going to now do our usual mirroring. Oops, we need to add 2. And here we go. This is going to be a prolongated demo somewhat, but that happens. But this is worth it, I think, overall. So these are our 2 mirrors coming out. I do like that colourful look of that face compared with this one. That's that one done, and now this one will be done. It's a little bit tricky trying to get it to move in place. Anyway, there you have it. Not the greatest demo on earth, but looks interesting.